Today, I'm going to tell you something you may not want to hear, but you need to. Restoring joint mobility is the most important thing you can do for your body, especially for those of us in our 40s, 50s, and beyond. Before I talk about getting stronger, we need to address joint mobility. I'm Coach Chris. I'm a physical therapist with nearly 2 decades of experience, and I have over 30 years of coaching experience. Today, I'm talking about principle number 7, mobility training of the health blueprint for men over 40. As a physical therapist, I've seen thousands of shoulders, hips, backs, and knees that have broken down over time. And I can tell you this with absolute certainty, most injuries do not happen because of weakness. They happen because of limitations in the joint or poor joint mechanics. Have you ever made a quick movement and felt a funny twinge run through your shoulder, neck, back, or knee? It's not usually because of weakness. It's because of poor joint mechanics and limitations in range of motion. I see strong men who lift, train, work hard, push themselves, end up injured and in pain. Not because they weren't strong enough, but because they tried to load joints that didn't have the range of motion to handle whatever stress they were trying to apply. The truth is, we need range of motion before we need strength. This is a basic principle of rehabilitation. Get motion back first, then focus on strengthening. Now, hopefully, you're not currently recovering from an injury, but this concept still applies. It's important to have good range of motion and stability through our joints prior to applying increased loads. Mobility training improves joint range of motion. It warms up and lubricates the joints. It increases joint stability, and it improves strength through a full range of motion, all helping to reduce your chance of injury. There are enough things in life to slow us down as we get older. Don't let something you do to yourself be one of them. If a joint doesn't move well, strength training will eventually expose the limitation, not fix it. Mobility is not optional. It's the foundation we need to start from. These concepts are extremely important for young athletes, but even more important for men over 40, who more than likely have some sort of limitation in joint range of motion and/or mechanics due to the aging process. Most men don't wake up one day and suddenly feel weak. What happens instead is this. Joints gradually lose motion. Sitting increases. Movement variety decreases. Old injuries stiffen. Inflammation accumulates, and the body adapts by tightening down. The problem? Strength remains, at least for a while. So men keep lifting, keep pushing, keep training until one day the joint can't compensate anymore. And that's when pain shows up. Pain is not the start of the problem. It's the end stage of lost mobility. Mobility is not stretching. Mobility is your ability to actively control a joint through its available range of motion. That control requires healthy joints, muscle coordination, nervous system sequencing, joint stability at end ranges. You don't earn the right to load a joint until you can control it. Mobility builds trust between your brain and your body. When the brain trusts the joint, strength can show up safely. When doing strength training with poor mobility, your body has to compensate. And compensation looks like back pain during squats, shoulder pain during pressing movements, knee pain during lunges, neck pain when pulling. The body finds motion somewhere, even if it's not where it should be. That's how strong men get injured. Mobility training restores proper joint motion so strength can be expressed safely and efficiently. There are 4 main joints that determine most pain patterns, This is especially true in men over 40. Number one is the hips. A loss of hip mobility forces the spine and knees to compensate. Restoring this hip mobility often eliminates low back pain and improves squat mechanics. Two is the thoracic spine. A stiff thoracic spine leads to shoulder pain, neck pain, and poor posture. Thoracic mobility restores rotation, posture, and breathing mechanics. Three is the shoulders. Shoulders require mobility and stability. Without controlled range, pressing and pulling overload the joint. Finally is ankles. Limited ankle mobility alters walking, squatting, and balance. Ankle stiffness often causes knee and back pain, even though the ankles never hurt. When mobility increases, these are the results you see. Squats get deeper, safer, and pain-free. Deadlifts start to feel smoother. Presses feel more stable. Rows feel stronger. Your balance improves, and overall confidence and stability improves. Mobility expands the range in which strength can be expressed. Strength is limited by the weakest link, and most of the time, that link is joint motion, not muscle strength. The good news is this: you do not need to stretch for an hour a day. For most men, 5 to 10 minutes per day of short, daily mobility training keeps your joints lubricated, mobile, and resilient. Mobility is maintenance, just like brushing your teeth. Ignore it long enough, and you'll pay for it. Here's the system I suggest with every client. Daily mobility of your hips, thoracic spine, shoulders, and ankles. This should be done prior to strength training to prep your joints before loading. This lubricates and warms up the joints. Again, as light movement in the evening to reduce stiffness and improve your sleep. You see, mobility training is not optional, especially as we get older. You don't get stronger by forcing weight onto stiff joints. You get stronger by restoring range of motion, then layering strength training on top of it. That's how you stay pain-free. That's how you train for longevity. That's how you move well for decades. Key points to keep in mind: if mobility causes pains, stop when you feel the pain and then gradually increase. Mobility should restore confidence, not create fear. This is principle number 7, mobility training. Restore mobility first, then build strength that lasts. This is achieving excellence, and we're just getting started. If you found anything in this video to be helpful, please hit that like button and make sure you smash that subscribe button so you don't miss upcoming videos. The next principle I'm covering is principle number 8, resistance training. Thank you so much for watching.